Hey everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bowdabra. Each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we go live here on their page, and I have some very exciting news for you all. So not only can you purchase ribbons and other craft supplies at nicksseasonaldecor.com, but come Wednesday, you will be able to purchase your large Bowdabra and your silver and gold wire from us as well. So we really look forward to carrying the Bowdabra products. Before we kind of designed with Bowdabra for many years, I did use this. We do create a lot of handmade bows by hand, and that's something that we definitely teach a lot of. But for many years when I was doing my fresh designs, the Bowdabra device was my go-to. So it's kind of an honor to be able to do their Monday Night Lives. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, Nick, it's been like 2 years now, you know? Ooh, I forgot to say Alex is behind the camera too. So be sure to say hi to Alex as you tune in. But yes, I know we've been doing this for a while, but I am just, I'm very thankful that we're able to show you guys how to make the bows using this lovely device. So as you come in, let me know where you're watching from. Last time I saw you guys, we just got home from Illinois, didn't we, Alex?
Yes.
And now we just got back from Dallas a few days ago. So we did lots of shopping, we had lots of fun, and I can't wait to design with you all. So I'm just going to take a second to share this video, make sure we are live. Let's see.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, you guys. So comments aren't on my end quite yet. And we're going to start with our large Bowdabra. So here is the large Bowdabra right here. It does come with a wand, and when you purchase these from us, you will also receive the wand. But truth be told, I don't get much use out of this at all. This is great if you have a very large bow in the design, or in the Bowdabra that's kind of going to the surface. I never really make massive bows like that, but it's just an easy way to compress your ribbons so that it's a little closer to the base. That way when you add your wire, it's not so forceful, right? So I don't actually use this. I actually just use my hands if we ever get to that point. So we're going to cut a length of our Bowdabra wire. Like I said, in a couple of days, we will have the wires available as well as the Bowdabras at nicksseasonaldecor.com. The only dilemma, I thought they would be here today, but we did call, and it looks like the shipping department on their end messed up, and they weren't actually shipped until this afternoon. But it's okay. We don't live too far, and we should get them in the next day or two. So I'm just going to place a length of wire underneath. My recommendation, since this wire lasts so incredibly long, is to be a little bit wasteful for it, or with it. So cut off a nice piece. That way you can ensure wherever you decide to place your bow, you're not going to have the issue of not having enough wire, because it does come in a 100-yard spool, and 100 yards is a lot. So, hey Nancy, nice to see you.
Hi, Pamela. Hi, Marie from London.
Hey Marie.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi,
Teresa.
Dawn. So we're going to start with our sweet tea and, what does it say? Sweet tea sip-in ribbon. We actually designed with this ribbon in a kit not too long ago. So this is just leftover ribbon from a wreath design that we already created. So 10-yard spools really do last a really, really long time. So for this bow, we're going to do a funky bow. I love being able to see all of that tea and the lemons and the saying on it with the funky bow technique. And at least with the funky bow technique, you don't have to be as critical of your bow because, your tails are kind of going every which way, right? So it's not as demanding as other techniques. Hey, Callie, nice to see you. Hey, Joe. So what I'm doing is I'm creating loops about 4.5 inches or so, maybe a little bit less, with tails about 6 to 8 inches. You don't need them excessively long unless you're creating a massive design. The longer you make them, doesn't necessarily translate to the more stately of a bow. It just depends on what you're working on. So this size bow is perfect for those smaller wreaths, and it works great for, standard wreaths as well, 18-inch.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. Nice to see you. So how was everybody's weekend? We got home, was it Saturday?
Yeah.
We got home Saturday. We had a really early flight, which in all honesty, Alex, I was not happy with the time that we flew out, but at least we got home, right? So it's kind of nice to take early flights home because then you kind of have the whole day to recuperate. What do you think?
Yeah, I like early flights.
Well, Alex is a morning person as is.
I think you just make the most of your day, or
Yeah.
else you're just waiting around for the day to get to the airport.
Well, because like me and you were somewhat planners, not with anything with our business, but when it comes to that, we think the whole day, okay, well, how much can we do? We want to make sure we don't run into any issues. So at least morning flights, we get it over with. So I see we have over 120 people, 130. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoy watching me here on Bowdabra, do me a favor and let me know. You know, of course, we appreciate likes and shares, but above anything, you know, I enjoy doing this so much because I'm able to hopefully teach you or inspire you or motivate you to make a bow. So let's see. This is all the ribbon we have left. I'm not going to save that, so we might as well use it.
Leanne loves the iced tea ribbon.
Thank
Melba
you, Leanne.
says hello.
Welcome. So we'll just trim up that end. So we were able to create 2 beautiful bows using 1 roll of ribbon. And I love to be zero waste as much as possible. And another thing I love to do is use up my ribbon because, as most of you guys know, we have a lot of ribbon. And we've given away thousands of rolls and we still have hundreds left, don't we, Al? So use your ribbons, use your pieces. If you only have a yard or 2, put it together with another ribbon and you're able to make something beautiful. So don't think just because you don't have a full roll that you can't do something with it, because you absolutely can. So I'm going to actually cut off this wire. We do send Bowdabra the photos of our bows, and you'll see them posted on their page. And I don't like to have that wire revealed, so I just remove it. And you might be wondering, well, how do you hang it? Well, you can just add an additional wire or pipe cleaner. We always give these bows away to our Wreath customers, and, you know, they can place them wherever they choose, right? Who doesn't want a free bow?
Mary says, love watching you make bows with the Bowdabra. We have Jeanette who says hello from North Wales, UK. First time watching. I always have problem making bows.
Welcome, Jeanette. We would love to visit where you're from. One of these days it's on the bucket list, and we appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully I'm able to show you how to make a bow. And don't forget, you guys, if you struggle with bow making, you might not get it today, you might not get it tomorrow, you might not get it a month from now, but you absolutely will get it. And if you don't get it in a month, then I'm not doing my job okay. You absolutely can do it. And I think the #1 issue with a lot of people that make bows is that they overthink it. Don't overthink it. It'll be beautiful. And if it's not, next time it will.
Sharon says, love Bowdabra Mondays with Nick. Cindy says, I look forward to watching you on Mondays.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. That's what I love to hear. That is my #1 motivational thingy, is when you guys let me know. You know, that is why we film, and that's why we do so many tutorials. Sometimes too many tutorials, right, Alex? Sometimes we get a little caught up in the action, but we do it because we love hanging out with you guys and inspiring you all. So there is a funky bow using the sweet tea ribbon. So
Hey, Dory Lynn.
Hey, Dory Lynn. The bow we did for the kit, I'm looking at it right now. It's a 5-loop bow with really, really long tails, and this is just a complimentary bow. So if you create a wreath for your customer, like that wreath was, that kit, you know, when I ship that wreath out, the wreath will come with this bow, and they can place this on a lantern, they can place this on a lamppost, a railing, anywhere, right? So don't forget to, you guys, both Bowdabra as well as my page, Nick Seasonal Decor, have free community groups. Bowdabra has their fan gallery, and we have the Nick Seasonal Decor crafting community. Both groups are a great resource for additional inspiration from tons of designers all around the world. So we'll cut another length of wire. This is one of our 50-yard spools, and 50 yards is my go-to for tree toppers, right? You want to make sure you have enough ribbon. So for this bow, I mean, I think I've used this 3 or 4 times now, right? At least. We're going to do a traditional bow.
Hi, Mary. Welcome.
Hey, Mary. We're going to cut a length of tails, and let's see how big we can make this bow, or how full we can make this bow.
Hi, Debbie from Southern Indiana.
Hey, Debbie. And don't forget, as always, Bowdabra does give away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon each and every Monday that we're live. And all you have to do is just let Bowdabra know that you want a free roll of ribbon. It's as simple as that.
Linda said, would love to win some ribbon. Finally caught you live.
Thank you, Linda. I'm happy you caught me live, too. And don't forget, replays are a thing. You know, sometimes we all have busy lives, right? So if you can't watch it live, we appreciate when you come back and watch the replay. So if you're watching this video on a replay, let me know. So far we have 3 loops, and look at how different our loop sizes are. Is that noticeable? Can you see that? Yeah, we're about ½ an inch off or so. And it's not going to matter. Trust me. I know some designers out there like to make sure every loop is the exact same. I don't worry about it. I'd like to think that we make great bows, right, Hal? Of course, that's subjective. But if you like my bows that you have seen on my page, definitely know that I don't sit there and I don't put the effort into making sure that they're all equal sized.
Jeanette says, I think you could be right about overthinking it. I'll practice a little bit more. Thank you. P.S. You must come to Wales. It is a beautiful place.
It is. I would love to visit Wales. But yes, I think that's the number one issue a lot of people face is overthinking it. And, you know, everything I teach you guys and recommend to you guys comes from personal experience, comes from trial and error, and comes from my own thought process over the years. So when I tell you guys that, it's because that's what I used to struggle with, right? Alex knows more than anything. Am I an overthinker?
Yes.
Do I over-criticize and over-analyze every step that I do with everything? So, you know, it's taken me years to get to that point where I'm comfortable with just making the bow. And you guys absolutely can get to that point as well. So that's enough loops. We did like 6, 7 on each side. We're going to snip it off and then tie it.
Sandra says that blue is such a pretty color. Teresa says your bows are perfect, Nick.
Thank you, Teresa. And yes, Sandra, isn't this a pretty denim blue? I think this works for spring. We did a blueberry design with it. We've also done a wildflower design with it. And I think denim blue and sunflower yellow, we have tons of sunflowers coming in. I think that is the ultimate fall combination. What do you think?
I agree. It's
I
so
love blue for fall.
Barbara says, I critique myself too much. Have learned a lot from you.
Yes, don't critique yourself too hard. And I say that as I post in the Wreath community this morning, the critique is up. So don't critique yourselves too hard. Keep in mind, you guys, what you see, any imperfections, any flaws, is not the first thing other people notice. So let's fluff this bow out. And I see we have almost 200 viewers. Let's see if we can hit 200 tonight, you guys. We appreciate you tuning in. And be prepared to see lots more Bowdabra content on Nick's Seasonal Decor. We are going to have them in stock on our website come Wednesday. So we really look forward to having that. And I know not everybody can make handmade bows. And although we do specialize in that, we're going to have tons more content your way. Show you guys using the Bowdabra. So if you have arthritis, carpal tunnel, you name it, it's a great handy tool. And if you just create mesh reeds, stick your mesh in it. Because mesh has a mind of its own, doesn't it, Al?
It does.
And when I do mesh reeds, I like to cut everything in advance, and it goes everywhere. It's it's living, right? The mesh is like living because it moves so much.
Denise says, Nick has such an amazing attitude, such a good teacher, and motivates us.
Thank you, Denise.
Mary from Kansas would like to win.
Yes, let us know.
Hi, Catherine from West Virginia.
How pretty is that bow, you guys? Just a simple traditional bow. Not every bow has to be 5, 6, 7 ribbons or massive or unique. Sometimes traditional stands the test of time. So if you love this bow technique, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys agree with me there. But we are not done yet. So let's do a bow using this ribbon. So this ribbon we also use in the kit. We did sell out, but we finally got some more in it. It's one of my favorites because it works for every season and holiday. So I've used this with roosters, I've used it for spring, I've used it for Christmas. It's definitely universal. So we'll cut another length of wire, place it inside like so. I see we're at 202. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Jennifer says beautiful. Teresa says gorgeous. Pat loves it.
Thank you all. You guys are the reason for this. So I cut a length of tails about 18 inches on either side. In all actuality, I prefer the tails to be a little off, don't I, Al? So just do that, right? Don't focus too much attention. It's gonna look pretty. And make sure you share pictures with us too, you guys. So if I've showed you how to make a bow, tag us in a photo. I always love to see what you guys make because I'm proud of you. So we're doing about 4-inch loops on either side. We're gonna do 3 on each side. So with this technique, since we're doing less loops, if you want to be critical of your loop size, you can be a little bit more perfect on this technique because there's not nearly as many loops on the other as the other bow. So if there's a lot of loops, I'm not spending the time making sure they're even. But if there's only a handful of them, you know, you can spend an extra minute just making sure that they're similar. But even then, here I am recommending it. But do I do it, Al?
Nope.
I don't. So
June says, I think you look good with your beard. It makes you look older, but I like it.
thank you, June.
I like his beard too.
For years, I would get, you look so young. So that's a nice change. I think I'm getting old, you guys. I certainly feel it. And with this rain, I can sense, I'm at that age now, you guys, where I can sense when it's about to rain. You know? I feel it in my body.
Yep.
So I always heard that growing up, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? I know when it's going to rain.
Barbara says, looking forward to Christmas items you'll make. Hashtag Christmas 365 24/7.
Yes, yes. My kind of people. We have tons of Christmas coming in, don't we, Al?
We do.
We specialize at Christmas. So I cut a little button loop. I forgot to mention that. It's just, the next loop is just the smallest loop. It only has to be an inch or two, no more than that. Pull your wires to the middle, and then what we're going to do is pull it really tight. So it's not tied off yet, but you can walk away from it. So it's nice because, you know, if you have to step away, you can. But now is when I really tighten it, and I flip it over at the same time. I always want to say this word, but I never am able to. So simultaneously. So while stretching it, I'm flipping it over. Then we're going to tie it 2 or 3 times from behind. And then I cut the wires off. So at this point, you would be able to secure this to your wreath, your swag, your lantern, you name it. But I'm going to snip mine off for the sake of photos. Then we can fluff it. So I usually just pull open the button loop, hold it with my finger, and then pull the 2 smaller loops out.
Hi, Anissa.
Hi, Anissa. And then the 3 larger loops.
Kathy says 181 days until Christmas.
I know. You guys are contributing to the problem. I think that's what's happening. Because I can listen to Christmas music right here, right now. My family, not quite ready for Christmas. But I'm always ready for Christmas.
Hi, Melissa. Keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. She says, hi, everyone from the emergency room waiting patiently for tests.
Oh, no. Yes, Melissa. Keep us updated. And we definitely are thinking of you. But there's that bow. How pretty is that?
So cute. I love it.
Don't you love this ribbon?
Yeah.
I think plaid, especially simple plaids like this, or gingham, let's say gingham, is very pretty. So you can't go wrong with gingham. And the wreath we're making today involves gingham. So should we switch gears and make our gingham bow?
Let's do it.
So that is this bow.
Victoria from California, Clovis, California, says it's 108 today. Wow. That is hot.
That is hot. In Texas, just waiting for the shuttle back to the airport, you guys. It was a 2-minute ordeal, and I was ready to book it inside to the AC. That heat was unlike anything we've experienced. Yesterday, was it yesterday that was so hot? Back home here, it was like 80, 85.
Yeah.
And that was too hot for me too. But the heat in Texas and southern states, you guys, is just a different kind of heat. We were struggling and sweating. So, time to switch gears and topics. We're going to work with another gingham. Same ribbon. We have these in a bunch of colors, but we're going to shoot for the pink today, something a little bit more summery.
Denise says, stunning work tonight.
Thank you, Denise. So, we'll cut our tails. We'll cut a length of wire. Snip it off. Place it inside. And tuck it underneath. So I don't know if that wire was long enough for our grapevine, but we'll see. And if not, it'll be a good way of showing you guys how you can add an additional wire to the back of it. So we have our tails in place. Now we're going to take our ribbon, place it in. Notice that little overhang. I want that overhang because that overhang is what's keeping it in place and keeping it or preventing us from pulling it right out. So if you place it, if you're really stingy with your ribbon and you place it like that, you know, you definitely will have the risk of pulling it out. So I always leave a little wiggle room, and then we'll just do a bunch of loops. So this bow is going to be traditional as well.
Teresa says, enjoy watching you. Very informative when you explain your work.
Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that.
Cindy says, I just did my first order with you. I ordered Christmas and fall items along with some ribbon.
Awesome. We appreciate that, Teresa.
Thank you for your order.
All right, so let's see how many loops we'll be able to do. But I can't wait, you guys. We're starting to get all of our Christmas and fall stuff in. And my favorite time of the year, season-wise, is fall. Would you agree with that, Alex?
Yeah.
You love summer, but
yeah,
I feel like fall with the colors and how it's warm enough to wear like a light jacket but not cold is perfect. We have the best fall, you guys, with our colors.
Hi, Tanya.
But my favorite holiday is definitely Christmas. So I'm really excited about all of our Christmas July designs. So you guys can tell me here, right now, right here, right this second, if you are excited for all of our fall, Christmas, and Halloween designs. So I'm thinking from this point on, we can start working in some fall designs here on Bowdabra. And if that sounds good to you, let me know. Come July, I'm thinking we'll do a couple Monday night date nights or Monday night Bowdabra nights as Christmas and July classes. What do you guys think of that? You want to see some Christmas bows in July?
Christy says fall and Christmas are dangerous.
I know, they can be dangerous. They can be. So let's switch gears and make our wreath. So this was a painted wreath that Dad painted himself. I'm just going to see where I want to place my bow.
Purette asked, how's Dad feeling? Hope you guys had a great shopping trip.
Thank you, we did. So Stephen came to Texas with us instead of Dad. Dad is feeling much better. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for thinking of him. But traveling when somebody's sick is always scary, right? Especially when you're 1,900 miles away. So he is feeling better, thankfully. All right, so our pink bow on our pink wreath.
Purette says, just made 4th of July bows with my Bowdabra. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, share some pictures with us.
Everyone says yes for Christmas.
Yes for Christmas. I mean, even if you don't stick flowers and greenery, I'm a simple guy, you guys. If this was on a door, I think that would be very pretty all on its own. So spray painted grapevine. Dad is thinking about carrying spray painted grapevines, but if we're going to be honest, between the two of us, spray paint your own, right? It's only a couple extra bucks and it makes a huge difference. Notice that one tail is longer than the other. I think that looks beautiful as well. So now let's design, and we're going to design backwards for you guys tonight. Let's move our Bowdabras and start working in our florals. So for the flowers we have today, a whole lot of pink. So keeping it pink, shades of pink that is. So let's work in some of these. Just pull them apart, you guys. And if you can't, snip them off. But these broke apart very easily.
Mary says, love that. Dad did good with the color choice.
Dad did do good with the color choice. It's a little shiny for me, which is why we're using it tonight. For something simple, it's going to be pretty.
Jeanette says, just love fall and autumn, definitely Halloween and especially Christmas.
Yes, so I love Halloween. We're a big horror movie family. But when it comes to the holiday, I feel like we don't do much for Halloween. So Alex currently lives in Salem, Massachusetts, and I'm sure some of you guys at least have heard of that town. Not for the better, but for the worse. But it's a big, big Halloween city. I'd say Massachusetts in general celebrates Halloween a lot.
Yeah.
We have lots of tourists that come to our state for that time of year. But the thing is the grass is always greener on the other side, right? So being so close to Salem, it's not some place that if I had to travel great distances to go. But lots of you guys say the same things about the towns you live in that we visit, right? So, but yes, Halloween is definitely celebrated here. I think we talked about this yesterday, Alex. I think we got to do more for Halloween in our own home, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So we're going to do some Halloween displays. And don't forget, too, you guys, you buy those jack-o'-lanterns with the face. You know which ones I'm talking about, Al?
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just turn them backwards for fall. So once Halloween's over, November 1st, turn them around and maybe have a pumpkin for Thanksgiving. And then when Thanksgiving's over, switch it out for a snowman or a Santa or something.
Andrea says, like the haircut, Nick.
Thank you, Andrea. Yes, we got this haircut. Not we. Actually, were you with me?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you were. You were in the car.
Oh, I was.
You were in the car. I got this the day before we went to Dallas. I'm still not in love with it, but I'll find my go-to hairstyle eventually.
Teresa says, oh, I can see this wreath on a hospital door for a newborn baby girl.
Oh, yes. Oh, I should have
So
brought up our
cute.
signs. We have it's a boy and it's a girl signs. This would be the perfect wreath for that. So we're going to work in a little bit more pink. Make this wreath really fancy for you guys tonight.
Mary says, I live close to Dallas, and I say the same thing about Dallas.
You see, exactly. If you grew up with it or if you're surrounded by it, it becomes a nuisance to you. But if you're an outsider, it's spectacular. So, like everybody that travels to Europe, I'm sure everybody overseas thinks the same way about their places. It's just a greater distance. You know, some of them probably are like, you come from America here, you know?
Victoria says, I'd rather have Dad paint the wreath. Too hard for me with arthritis. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, so Dad's been tossing around that idea. So if that's something you guys would like to see, we definitely could do that. So let's work in a few more of these. What do you guys think of this pink wreath? Hands up if you like pink.
Barbara says, good bow wreath for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes, this would be perfect. And you could add an awareness ribbon to this, right? Absolutely. So what I love about you guys is that you're being very creative right now. And that's one thing I think that we all need to capitalize on, right? Think of different ideas and situations where a certain color or certain technique or certain design could apply.
Carrie loves the flowers.
Thank you, Carrie.
Mary says beautiful. Pat says the pink you are using now is beautiful.
Isn't it pretty? So that's where we're at so far. I have a few more pink flowers. What do you think, Al? Should we work in a few more? Or switch gears and make one more bow?
Together.
So these are the flowers that I also have.
Crystal says, I love this wreath.
Thank you, Crystal. And we also have these. Do you like these in it?
I don't know.
I think that might add a softer salmon to it.
It's like a lighter color.
Yeah. Let's work in a few of these. Over
Pam
210.
Says, she loves the pink.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see lots of you guys just tuning in now. I appreciate it.
And we have our winner tonight.
Who is our lucky winner?
Congratulations to Mary Poe of Kansas.
Congratulations, Mary. You just won yourself a free roll of ribbon. Let's all congratulate Mary. And don't forget, what, Alex? What shouldn't they forget?
Shouldn't they forget?
Mary just won.
Oh, so Mary, you can send a message to Bowdabra right here on Facebook and let them know which color you prefer for your ribbon and where they can have it shipped to.
Yes, so what I was looking for, Alex, is that they give away a free roll every Monday that we're live. But
yes,
both are correct.
That too.
Both are correct. I got to put everybody on the spot, you guys. I enjoy it. All right, a couple more pieces of this, and I think this looks nice in it too. Different texture. So what do we have invested in this? A typical grapevine, a little spray paint. Truth be told, Dad spray painted this wreath for a video, and we didn't take much time to actually make it look well spray painted, and it still looks great. So I actually like when my grapevine wreaths have a little bit of the natural look peeking through. I don't like them to be completely covered. But you can, and we've done it. But think about switching out a wreath for every season or holiday and using the colors of your flowers and ribbon to match your wreath base, right? So we have this gingham in so many colors, but think about working in red for Christmas with red gingham, or blue for summer, and pink for spring, or breast cancer awareness. You could do black and white and orange for Halloween.
Denise says you should come to North Carolina and teach us DIY wreathing.
DIY wreathing.
Yes.
So that's the power of the internet. I was going to say that's the power of, what was it? OxyClean? No, power of Pine Sol. That's the power of Pine Sol. But that's the power of the internet, is that here I am in New Hampshire and we have people watching from all the way around the world, hopefully still learning just the same as in person. So that is one of the coolest things, I think. Okay.
Rhonda says beautiful.
Thank you, Rhonda. Place one more piece here on the side. Pull our tails down. And there, we have a pretty pink wreath. What do you think?
So pretty.
You like it?
Yeah.
So we did like 4 or 5 bows, and stay tuned. Bowdabra will share pictures of those once we fluff them out and take pictures. But again, I want to remind you all that as of Wednesday, Thursday, we will have the Bowdabras available at nickseasonaldecor.com. And as always, free shipping in the U.S. over $119. So we really look forward to having the Bowdabras as well as the silver and gold wires available to all of you as well. You know, it's just something that is exciting, right?
Yeah.
On to bigger and better things and more exciting things. So thank you all so much for your time this evening. Thank you, Dory. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Sandy. for having us as a guest and for being with us. And we will see you all next Monday at what time, Alex?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard.
7 p.m. Eastern. So congratulations again to Mary for winning tonight's free roll of ribbon. And who knows, maybe next Monday night you could be our lucky winner. So again, let me know if you're excited about Christmas in July and if you would like to see us feature some bows here on Bowdabra. So thank you all. Have a great evening or morning, and I'll see you all next Monday. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.